Have you ever looked at a lightning storm and felt a sense of wonder? A young boy named Nikola Tesla did. He was born a long time ago in a small village in a place that is now Croatia, on a night filled with thunder and light. It was as if the universe itself was announcing his arrival. From a very young age, Tesla's mind was different. He saw the world not just as it was, but as it could be. He could imagine incredible machines in his head, building them piece by piece in his thoughts with perfect detail. He didn't need drawings or plans at first. The blueprint was his own brilliant imagination. He was a dreamer, a thinker, a boy who looked at the forces of nature and saw not something to fear, but something to understand. This young boy's curiosity was boundless. He would watch the birds fly and wonder about the physics of flight. He would see a water wheel turn in a river and think about how to harness energy more efficiently. His mind was a cosmic playground of ideas. His teachers were often confused by him because he could solve complex math problems in his head, seemingly without any work. They thought he was cheating, but he was simply operating on a different level. His brain was wired to see patterns and connections that others missed. As Tesla grew from a curious boy into a brilliant young man, his dreams grew even bigger. He didn't just want to understand electricity, he wanted to share it with everyone on Earth. Imagine a world where power was as free as the air we breathe. That was Tesla's grand vision. He dreamed of a global system where energy could be sent through the ground through the air itself, without any need for expensive and messy cables. Anyone, anywhere in the world could simply put an antenna in the ground and get the power they needed to light their homes, run their factories, connect with each other. It was a beautiful, democratic vision of the future. This wasn't just about convenience. For Tesla, it was about equality and progress for all of humankind. He saw that many parts of the world were poor and underdeveloped because they lacked access to energy. If he could give them free, unlimited power, he could lift them out of poverty. He imagined a future where remote villages could have light and information deserts could be made fertile. Borders would mean less because everyone was connected to the same global network. Before Tesla could build his world of wireless power, he had to solve a more immediate problem: delivering electricity safely and efficiently over long distances. At the time, the world was being wired up by another famous inventor, Thomas Edison. Edison used a system called direct current, DC. DC was simple, but it was weak. It couldn't travel far without losing most of its power. You would need a power plant on almost every street corner, which was expensive and impractical. Electricity stayed confined to small, wealthy city areas, while the rest of the world was literally left in the dark. Then came Tesla, with a revolutionary idea: alternating current AC. Think of DC as a river in one direction, AC as a tide moving back and forth. Because AC alternates, voltage can be stepped up to very high levels, letting power travel hundreds of miles with little loss. At the destination, voltage can be stepped down to a safe level for use in homes and businesses. AC could light up an entire country from a single source, like a waterfall. This led to the War of the Currents, a battle of ideas. Edison represented DC. Tesla represented AC. Edison launched a public campaign to paint AC as dangerous, using shocking demonstrations and headlines to scare people. But Tesla's science prevailed. He partnered with an industrialist named George Westinghouse. They proved AC was efficient and safe, culminating in harnessing Niagara Falls to light Buffalo over 20 miles away. With the success of AC electricity, Tesla could finally return to his greatest dream: wireless communication and power. He secured funding to build a magnificent laboratory in Colorado Springs. There, surrounded by the vast open plains, he built a giant coil that could generate millions of volts of electricity, creating man-made lightning bolts over 100 feet long. The thunder from his experiments could be heard for miles. He wasn't just playing with lightning, he was studying the resonant frequency of the Earth itself. He was conducting a cosmic symphony, trying to find the perfect note to make the entire planet vibrate with energy. During these experiments, Tesla made another monumental discovery. He detected signals he believed were coming from outer space. He built a device capable of receiving radio waves from the cosmos. While he may have been mistaken about intelligent life on Mars, he had built a radio receiver. His next step was to build a tower to test his theories on a global scale. This was the Warden Cliff Tower on Long Island, New York. It was a massive, 187-foot-tall structure, a giant mushroom of steel and copper rising from the earth. Sadly, the world was not ready for such a leap. His financial backers, more interested in making money from selling copper wires and metering electricity, lost faith. Funding was cut, and Tesla's dream came crashing down. After the failure of Wardenclyffe, Nikola Tesla spent the rest of his life in relative obscurity. He continued to invent, filling notebooks with incredible ideas for flying machines, robotics, new forms of energy, but he never regained the fame or funding he once had. He died alone in a New York hotel room, a forgotten genius. For many years his name was known only to a small group of engineers and physicists. His rival, Edison, was celebrated as the father of the electric age, while Tesla's contributions were largely erased from the history books. It seemed as though his light had finally gone out. But a funny thing happens with great ideas. They have a way of surviving. They are like seeds that lie dormant, waiting for the right time to grow. Decades after his death, people began to rediscover Tesla's work. Scientists and engineers realized that so much of our modern world was built on his foundations. The entire global electrical grid runs on his AC system. Radio, television, cell phones, and Wi-Fi all exist because of his pioneering work in wireless communication. Even things like remote controls, neon lights, and X-rays bear the mark of his genius. He is the ghost in our machine, the silent architect of the 21st century. Today, Nikola Tesla is more famous than ever. He has become a symbol of the visionary inventor who fights against the establishment for the good of humanity. Like Tesla, look at the stars and at the world around you and dare to imagine what could be. Your mind is the most powerful force in the cosmos. Use it to build a better future.